After Senna's crit chance was buffed in 25.10, I have mostly been spamming my Collector Jack of all trades build. I think this build is perfect for solo queue because it plays more as a carry rather than the standard Armor Shred Senna because of the mix of lethality, crit, and adaptive force. Yo, what's up guys? This commentary is a Senna commentary. I realized for a lot of my videos that I should probably put the build in the front. I talk about my runes, but not so much my build, and for Senna specifically, I have a build video specifically that highlights it, but I have so much Senna content that it can kind of get buried, so for future commentaries I will be adding that. But anyways, starting with the draft, as always, we have Vel'Koz first pick and the enemy picks Rakan Kai'Sa. I end up picking Senna here because Senna is a very great matchup into Rakan. Rakan is a little too short range for Senna, so it's really easy to kind of bait out the W and kite him. And also there's a interaction with the W's for both champions, where if Rakan W's you, you can throw your W out as he is near you. So it's just basically Rakan can't dodge it because he's locked in the animation, and you'll see it a lot in this game. Yeah, I was mostly thinking about the counter pick for support rather than synergy with my AD carry. So Senna's actually really good when she is paired with AP carries because she makes up for that lack of ADC. You should mostly just be thinking more about the counter pick than your synergy with your AD carry, just because Vel'Koz or any APC is good paired with Senna. It's like if the enemy picks a hook champ, then you guys are both it's just doomed, right? And for solo queue, I always say this, but you should always be picking to counter your enemy support rather than play for your team comp, because most of the time you aren't going to be coming out of lane even for your team comp to matter. And the higher up you go, comp matters more, but I would say like comp doesn't really matter up until like Masters. So starting off the game, this lobby, high diamond, low masters, I'm emerald 2, and the game, nothing really happens. We 5-point, super standard stuff. This is the lane start. So at the start, again, you always want to walk with your minions just in case the enemy is cheesing you. Normally you want to play for level 2 as double range, but I think if you're playing with a mage AP carry, it's fine to give up level 2 because their all-ins aren't as strong as AD carries. Personally, I really dislike playing with APC's bot just because I feel like the power spikes feel very different. I would say like I'm not really used to playing with them still. So yeah, they end up getting level 2, which is like okay. But notice how just forward I'm playing. I think this is what really separates a good Senna from a great Senna, is just like knowing that line of how aggressive you can play. And that matters a lot because, well, it not only makes you win lane more, but even if you don't win lane, you just are able to get souls. Oh, so this is the W interaction that I was talking about. Rakan goes in for the W, and then I can just get the W off here. This was really bad. I just straight up run into Kai'Sa W with my 4 stacks stacked on me. I thought I had my heal, but I used heal to run away. So that was just so bad. I needed to just flash there, but yeah, I kind of blanked out there. So level 2. I'm running back bot. I think generally roaming on level 2 is really bad. I find that 95% of the time it's just better to kind of sit in lane and get level 3 until you roam. So I walk back bot, kind of chill in. I'm using my support stack because I have 3 stacks. I want to help Viego in the river here because I see Lee Sin, but I can't walk up because I can get pinched by Lee Sin and Rakan, so I walk back. Get a nice W here. Get a nice Q snipe here. That's another thing about Senna. If you want to be really good at Senna, you need to learn to Q snipe like that. When you pair that with your fleet stack, like when it's really important when you have 100 stacks of fleet to try to use it on a enemy champion, because you actually heal a lot more. And Senna's laning is already not that great, but that sustain will really help you kind of win lane. So again, W interaction again with Rakan. He jumps in, I just W, and then he's forced to E out. And because he has my W going off, the enemy has to either like disengage or walk forward into us. So Kai'Sa wants back here. We are fortunately able to stop her back as Rakan is going mid, so we want to shove this wave. Rakan is walking back here. I really don't want to recall because I have 500 gold. I want to... my first item here is Collector, so I don't want to just buy a longsword. I want to stay until I have Dirk, which is 650, I think. And so I decide to stay here. Enemy pushes out bot, so I'm just going to hold this. I can't hold this all the way because I'm a little scared. If Kai'Sa's in the bush, she can jump us, but I hold it long enough so Vel'Koz doesn't miss any CS, which is perfect. Grab the soul here, and then I look to back. I have exactly enough for Dirk, so this is the perfect back. I see that Rakan could potentially go mid here, so I'm pinging to my team that he is. I think like one important thing that support players don't do enough is pinging. I noticed that when I just been coaching players of different ranks is that they don't really ping enough. So pinging that my team is here. Honestly, I probably could have looked to roam mid here, but I walk bot because I see Rakan halfway. So the wave is also in a really awkward spot, so I want to help push this in. Try to get a Q snipe, don't get it. Grab the cannon. Yeah, we have a big wave going. Viego is pinging that he wants to take dragon. So if Viego is wanting to go dragon, we should slow push this to make this a bigger wave and then go. We get this wave in. I Q the minion and I get Rakan. One small little trick you can do is you can Q the minions so that your Q hits the tower. So you get a stack. You get 20 gold on your stacks. And yeah, it's more optimal to hit champions or towers than to farm minions, execute minions with your stacks. It's 20 gold as opposed to 15. And that might not seem like a lot, but it definitely adds up. So we're just kind of pushing because our team wants to go dragon. Rakan's really low. Let's bully them off once we push this wave in. I move over to dragon, make sure I get this cleared out before I go, and then the enemy just kind of sacks it. We do see that Lee Sin is top, so we know that we can take this. Grubs are up in 15. I should have taken this control ward before I backed. I wasted a lot of time here. But Grubs are up in 10, but I pinged that Camille is very strong, right? Camille's 4-0, Aatrox is 0-4. But my team is pinging to go to it. I know that this is a really bad idea. It's crazy that Aatrox pings me to go here. As if he's not 0-4. And like, it's just probably the worst play. But I was hoping to maybe not overcommit, but to look for something before we... Yeah, I was hoping we can pick something because we straight up don't 0-4 before. Aatrox just ends up dying. And Camille doesn't even rotate, and we just kind of die. So, again, this kind of like highlights the principle of playing around your strongest player. And honestly, like, Viego should be okay with giving up Grubs here because we already got Dragon. I guess like a small jungle thing is that it's most likely not worth Viego to go for Grubs to contest it here because you can see that all of his camps are up. So, it's just a little too greedy. Yeah, it's just a little too greedy to kind of go for both objectives. I go bot here. Kai'Sa wants to take the 1v1 on Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz ends up winning it, but even if he didn't, I would have been here to clean up the kill. Rakan's mid here. and we are just able to get a lot of plates. So Aatrox is dead again. We really want to be aware of if the game state, which is why I always encourage players, or not encourage, tell players to constantly check the scoreboard, just so you are, just so you know like what you should be doing and who you shouldn't be playing around. So right now, game plan, we're just chilling, nothing's on the map. We can just kind of cruise by laning. Get wards so we don't get ganked. We're super ahead, life is good. We can just keep the lane kingdom going. I pop my ult off here. I think Aatrox actually lives because of it, but yeah, another thing about Senna is that if you are playing her, you always want to be looking around team fights. Fights that are breaking out around the map, just so you can get your ult off. Here, I kind of bait myself into Kai'Sa because Viego wants to go for the kill. Unfortunately, they are able to dip. Another thing, if you are playing a range support, I think people don't talk about this enough, but baiting yourself is honestly a pretty big part of playing range support. Obviously, you can't engage, so, or it's, yeah, a lot of range supports, it's hard for you to engage, so yeah, just baiting your life is the next best thing. Yeah, which is what happened there. So I don't have enough for pickaxe, but I know that my boots are coming in at 11:15, and so I opt to get Swifty boots. I think that it's gonna be pretty helpful here against Lee Sin and Camille. I actually could have gone mid here, but yeah, this was a mistake by me. I honestly should have gone mid here and then worked my way bot so I can ward the river and go bot, but I kind of autopiloted to bot here. I do ping that Rakan can be mid though. So going back bot, I hit the Q on Vel'Koz, small optimization. I hit the Q on Vel'Koz so I can hit the tower and use my stack faster. We're just chilling. I see that Yone is topside, so I'm not afraid. Or I think we see Lee Sin topside as well, so I'm not afraid to kind of like walk in deep here. Take a not so great trade, getting ISO queued with my Q. We see Lee Sin enter our jungle from mid, so after we push in our bot side, we have to rotate back to make sure that Viego doesn't get invaded. Because I am already in the area, I opt to stay here and get the souls from the camps. So if you're playing Senna, every jungle camp is guaranteed to drop 1 soul if you're nearby. Yeah, so the most optimal way of playing is to push out your wave, go to your jungler to get the souls, and then walk back. I did miss a wave bot here, but it's because I saw that they were on dragon. Yeah, this honestly really sucks, but they're just super strong right now. We don't want to overcommit into a team fight because we scale. Honestly, we scale pretty well bot side, and we don't want to, yeah, like overforce protecting a dragon because it's only second drag, right? So Rakan looks to engage. Viego has a amazing counter gank here, and we are able to turn the fight. Want to push the wave in here and look to recall. I have a lot of gold. And then, yeah, Rakan tries to hold the wave. I want to break the freeze. And then Lee Sin comes in and ganks us. Yeah, this is so very common thing that happens. This is why pulling the wave is like also so good to do, is because you can mind control the enemy support to walk up to you to break the freeze. But a lot of the times, like, you do want to break the freeze, but you can't do it if you don't know where the enemy jungler is. And yeah, I fell into that trap and just kind of died. But yeah, we always, so don't be like me, don't make the same mistake. Make sure you know if you can break the freeze and walk up, because otherwise you're just gonna die. So after I die, I start mid. I have a small window here. I want to just start. It's always nice to start mid after you reset from base, or walk from base rather, because you can walk, like you could take control of the river or just sweep and ward it and then work your way bot, which will make your you can push a lot further bot side because you have the river warded and you can't get ganked from the enemy walking top side. But if I breaks out mid, at least it gets a really good Q on me. And then unfortunately I die here. So what went wrong here? Our team kind of overchased, and because we overchased, we just get counter engaged from the top side of the map, and then Camille rotates and just kind of cleans up everything. So this is a disaster. I think we end up all dying here. We trade one, we get a shutdown, but they end up getting Vel'Koz. And yeah, now that we got aced, feels bad. This kind of spiraled because we weren't playing around Vel'Koz, right? Like, we just want to play around our win condition. Here, I want to chase them. My initial ward was to get a Q snipe, but I wasn't able to get it. I have a terrible W. I was looking to, like, outplay. I had flash here. I was like, I don't know what I can flash here to win this, but yeah, I end up dying. Honestly, terrible. That was a terrible 1v3. I'm not him. I should have just left, I think. It's a little too hard for me to outplay that 1v3. I did have Collector, though, which is why I, like, pushed forward. But anyways, going back to what happened, right? Game kind of fell apart here because we didn't follow the principle of playing around our win conditions. It's really as simple as, like, oh, you just want to take fights with your strongest player. And Vel'Koz did rotate to the fight mid, but he was last to rotate. So yeah, we always want to set up fights in a way where our carry is going to be with us. So now that Vel'Koz went mid, I'm going mid with him. Fight breaks out into river here, and fortunately for us, Vel'Koz is rotating, so we this ends up looking really good for us. I get a nice little combo here: auto, W flash, Q auto. We get Lee Sin. Ward try. This is a very important ward to have. Just making sure we have info for where the enemy rotates so we can navigate a fight easier. And then we just ace them. So they threw really hard. Yone wasn't even there, so it was a 4v5. And we aced them. And just like that, we're back in the game. We're going to get Grub here. We're going to get Herald here. And just push out waves. So why did that fight go well? Well, it's because Vel'Koz was there, right? Our strongest player. And yeah, if our strongest player is here, then we just win. It's simple as that. The enemy also played it really horribly. They were funneling in one by one. And so yeah, it's like a we played it well and they played it bad sort of thing. So this was really greedy. Drake is up and we played to push mid here with our tempo, but I really needed to back because I have 1.4k gold, right? Vel'Koz also probably has a lot of gold as well, but we end up wanting to take this fight. I get a nice ult here to not only hit multiple people, but to also give us vision. Overstep a little bit, get flashed on by Rakan. I barely get clipped by Camille here, but because she does commit, we are able to get Lee Sin and Camille, and then Viego is able to clean up the rest. Galio made the mistake of going topside here without his ult. I think if Galio was here, then we just straight up lose this. But looking back at this game, or like, yeah, looking back at this game, I feel like played it really sloppy. Just bad timers, recall timers, lots of bad decisions were being made this game, and like myself included, very sloppy with like tempo and stuff. But yeah, it just I mean this is a Diamond 1 low masters game. Kind of goes to show that like even though I am making some bad macro decisions, it's still fine because the enemy is also making big mistakes of just yeah taking bad fights as well. So kind of goes to show you that like uh goes to show that you shouldn't FF even if you're super behind because I mean if throws happen all the time, right? Even in Challenger, like I noticed that like you would think that in Chal there wouldn't be a lot of throwing, but I find that it's like almost the opposite where there is a lot of throwing because not only it's like a two-way road where because you are in Chal, the players are so good that they know the opportunity, they know where to look for these kind of opportunities to come back. And you know, occasionally it's just like a clown fiesta, but yeah, kind of need to know what to look for. And like for this game, it's going to be playing, or honestly for all games, if you are behind, just playing around who's strong. So now we're starting mid, looking to get Otacon here. This is a very big mistake a lot of players kind of make, is that they won't start mid and then they go to Otacon. But the thing is, like, Otacon is super tanky. So it takes, the enemy can't just like one-shot it. So that's why you always want to kind of start mid and then work your way topside, because mid is the shortest lane, so the minions reach there first. And so I'm pinging back here because I know Vel'Koz is pushing mid. Viego face checks this, we back off, Aatrox comes in, he face checks this, which is like insane how bad like my teammates played this. I back up here because I was scared that Rakan was going to jump on me through try. But our team just ends up cleaning them up because they are separated. And yeah, I have no wards, so it's a little hard. I know that the W connects because of the sound cue, and then we just pick Camille here. And then we get Otacon. So yeah, I think Rakan and honestly the enemy team made the mistake here of rotating to Otacon a little too early. We were in the winning position because we did start mid, but it was just really scuffed because we kind of threw by kind of forcing the enemy before Vel'Koz came. But yeah, Vel'Koz was able to find a good angle from behind and we were able to clean up. So now I have Cleaver and Collector. I am very strong right now. I have 8 stacks of Jack. I don't get the 10 until I have Zeal, but you know, with 2 items, I'm 80 souls. I don't know how much crit I have right now, but I am just very strong. This build just plays more like a carry than like a armor shredding utility support that Senna usually is. And I'm just, look at how many autos I'm able to get in this fight, and look how much damage I do. They all jump on Vel'Koz, and Vel'Koz is able to stall, but look at, I'm just shredding Lee Sin here, and then my team just follows up, and we are able to just ace them here. So this is like a big reason why I think this build is so good. Just so much solo agency. Because the enemy team focused Vel'Koz, I was able to just hit them for free and just yeah, really have a lot of output this game. And this is kind of the reason why I think playing carries in support is like so good. Like you could argue if I picked like a utility champ to peel Vel'Koz, it would have been better, but it's not guaranteed that you're always going to have a player like Vel'Koz. This Vel'Koz is really good, where he can solo carry. So having that not guarantee and making yourself the guarantee that you're going to be that carry is very nice. It is a bit selfish, which is kind of weird to think about if you are playing support, but I think yeah, it's just the lower you are, the better it is to play carries. So I'm setting up Dragon here, putting a control ward in C Bush. This is like one of the best wards you can have. one of the most important when you are taking a fight like this, because yeah, look, we have look at our control words. We have one on C, bush, the tri-bush, and then the word there, and up on the top right there, and the enemy just won't be able to enter the fight. So now we are probably ahead at this point, just because we are just lots of fights, winning fights. Rakan, I don't know what happened here. He face checked and just dies. So the mistake Rakan made was kind of hovering the Dragon Pit even when he was going to, his team was going to give it up. We see that Lee Sin is topside. I need to play a little safe here because my team isn't with me yet. Lee Sin gets a Q off. Vel'Koz and Vigo are behind me. I get a W flash here. A little overkill because he just W'd. I was afraid. I don't know what the Lee Sin's ult cooldown is. Look at how much damage I do here. I auto a minute, unfortunately, but I could have two-shot Kai'Sa there. That's how strong I am. Because at this point I have Zeal and I have 10 stacks of Jack. And then I want to go Baron, but I was like, wait, we can just end. And I was like, JK. So yeah, I think this was a good game that highlights playing around your win con and really highlights this build because, yeah, I don't think there's another Senna build. Well, obviously, like, if you go crit Senna, and if you get fed, if you have the gold for it, then it's good. But this build is like a nice in-between because, yeah, it's not as expensive as IE. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.